11 in the morning, May 22nd. It's irrelevant. Like, put me to sleep. What's that? 8:39, ate that. By 9:30, had him out. Woke him up in the middle of the night for about 15 minutes, put him right back out. So, woke him up 6 o'clock finally and already yelling, yo, stay all night, all night, all night. Yo, not me. Or, just the same day in, day out, false testimony, false allegations, false witnesses, false admissions, false confessions, false wrongfully accused and countless while still torturing. They didn't go to the sodomy shit. They did the same, rectum abuse, same pelvic abuse, same needles to the spine, needles to the neck. This morning, within the last 45 minutes or so, and this time they giving me needles. It seemed like pinches. I have them drop a soap or whatnot and then poke them, stuck something in my right eye. But these eye taps non-stop. So, you see, how they did Chanel Lewis. Oh, we had conflictive statements. Or, Tory Branch. We had 30 or some odd searches of this. Like, oh, they did with Chanel Lewis too, supposedly. Or cuts on the hand. You see the slices they done did on mine. They barely held it. This is weeks ago. And then you look at different terms coming through. Have you come through? If you really was a study, my area is like, if you really was like paying close attention, And this is going back to August 12th, which, I hope we're connected. We know for a fact the Boeing as well as the Alphabet Inc. loss is connected because that was something that's in writing on audio, um, visual, where individuals whose word can't be discredited. It was calling that since last summer. Clearly, Boeing business jet, Boeing 737, their involvement when it comes to the CIA rendition, torture program, as well as when they bragged about having immunity from the agency and then went into emphasizing Gina Haspel. Or it's really a unified immunity term for everybody being led to believe one thing or next they need to silence him because it exposes, if we don't silence him, it exposes, the religious shit connected with Christ shit connected with his existence. If we, that second coming shit, first coming, unless you're doing time travel back for the first time, last go first. Or we don't silence him, it exposes the science, the Higgs boson. You already admitted that, it's admitted by counting. But this what they're doing. They go to education providers, physicists and whatnot, people from like Bilderberg Group and the Federation of Scientists and shit. We gotta do it for this. Then they go to religion, like, Christianity, Muslims, Catholics, whatnot. Listen, due to his connection with this, we have to do it for this. Then they go to gangs or mafias or whatnot and be like, look, he's outspoken in reference to him being tortured for no reason or his family being violated. Listen, we look at that. We like, look how he carried himself. We know that's a threat to us. They go to, who knows, the streets or the cartels or individuals mixed up in legal. Listen, you remember he was in a circle at one point or another. Look how he carried. You understand? They go like, this is what they're doing. They're playing hopscotch to put everybody into a mind frame. Like, listen, fuck what he said about the organ harvesting. Fuck what he said about thinking things into existence. Fuck what he said about predicting things, or what they said about off-world entities or higher conscious beings, or advanced civilization, basic waging war, basically making declarations on you for what's happening to me or who I perceive as in being involved. That's why Ark of the Covenant is said to be used as a divining tool during war, as well as used as a weapon against hostile forces. Like they said, we make a mistake of coming at it in a hostile manner, or 70 died here, 7,000 there. So if you look at the Boeing and you look at the terms, not only did he call that, he called where. Then you look at the cop situation. They had those 4 or 5 in the building, out the building, hold me in the lobby at 10, 11 at night, August 11th, wearing NYPD uniform. It's possible they're not even NYPD because in the Bronx they had one that I know for his family to be military associate. They had him dressed. Matter of fact, that's a lie. He wasn't even wearing a uniform, but he had responded with uniform. So you have to pay attention to what I'm making my determinations off of my history of knowledge of who I'm seeing without acknowledging who I'm seeing. So that August 11th, they got them dressed up in the uniform, holding me 30, 45 minutes in the lobby while, St. John, robbery on Pacific. Ooh, they bust his head open. Yeah, nah, yo, I think that bust for him now. 73rd right there. Yo, playing with me for 30, 45 minutes. I think they call him SARS. I got his name and all that. Because the problem is, he's fucked. But not for me. From some of them companies like Boeing, Lockheed Martin, Alphabet Inc., some of them, some military families, some of them, some actual governmental agents, intelligence. From him holding me right there, and then less than an hour later, I'm being tortured all night in Brookdale Hospital because they letting people get in position coming in, torturing my way to get there is supposed to be, telling me kidney theirs, and wait till I go to eat like Prodigy, and it closed my throat up. They tighten up the thing, that, like to mimic like a heart attack. Dragon took my bust my head open. Dragon putting bags there, giving me all these needles, and making sure the cameras cut off. That was the hour after they had these 4 or 5 NYPD uniforms holding me in the lobby. So that's going to be a problem because that's who I'm perceiving. That was the only shit. Think about it. Even when the white nationalists, KKK, the alt-rights, and the neo-Nazis, as well as different different militia or different racial groups that they had tortured me that next night, which was August 12th. So it's crazy because I was tortured all an hour after they released me to Brookdale. They tortured me all night and then woke me up 6 that morning, gave me a frozen bologna sandwich I couldn't chew, nothing to drink. They sent me out to the street, and by 10 that night, I'm being tortured again all night by the white nationalists, neo-Nazis, KKK, and alt-rights out there. The mob was in it too. They had 2 individuals. I'm not gonna put that out there. An individual I'm associated with that I know him. I seen his relative in Chinatown, and I know what that hit for. But that wasn't during the torture. See, the torture happened in the isolation of replicated Union Square Park in the University of Charlottesville with all these. I'm not sure if they was people out of college, medical places, but they was coming through these Mark II through 4s and these replicas, these avatars and shit like that with the burning crosses, all them things burning, surrounding me, and playing with the pussy and all that, making me bleed, cutting me open, burning on me, telling me I'm gonna get skinned and burnt alive, and then follow 2 white girls to the bathroom, and I didn't refuse, I ignored them. I'm bleeding, all these mosquitoes attacking me. Then we gonna imitate your face, and asking the kid, which one of these dirty niggas do you want? Got the other black dude, he over there like a puppet on strings and shit. And then the other black dude stormed off like I'm not doing this. The Spanish girl ran up to take his spot. Other than that, hundreds of white people surrounding me, and it seemed like they were where he at right there. So my point, it's gonna show. My point of that is just to show. It would show August 11th at 10:11 at night. It showed NYPD in my perception, and it's probably not. That's the foul games they playing, but they know the history. Every time that happens, where I'm led to something like this, we'll follow. But right after that, I'm tortured. Hour later, all night, I'm tortured. Hours later, and then more torture followed. And what happened 6 months to the day? They lose somebody 212 in Queens, right where I grew up, right where I came up. 119. It happened on 120, 121. What they did on 120, 121, taunting me about you gotta kill yourself, suicide, suicide, do the right thing. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. Instead they broke my aunt picture, who was from the Valhalla, from the Valhalla crash, the same one I'm visiting at the yard. And what's crazy about that is if you pay attention, um, the hospital I went to, Brookdale, August 12th, that's where my sister said that I've died in, as well as Cheyenne was born in August 12th. So it's kind of weird. It's going to fuck you up if you put it together. And they tortured me right there. Now, remember, when I was at Valhalla Graveyard, I'm visiting the aunt who's the godmother of Cheyenne and Cherokee. So August 12th is when one was born, the other one said to die in Brookdale, where they took me and tortured me all that night. Shit ironic, ain't it? But 6 months to the day, you had the cops caught in the crossfire, in the friendly fire. You better pay attention to that number 42. Pay attention to the block 120, 121. What was they doing to me on January 20th, January 21st? We shall overcome. Suicide, you gotta kill yourself. Breaking the picture of the same Valhalla relative who 6 months after I was there, August 3rd, 2014, 6 months later, February 3rd, 2015, Valhalla, 6 dead, 12 injured initially, which is the day of her death and the day of my release for the discovery of the Higgs boson, June 6, 2012, as well as the cart being my number from the Boys and Girls Club that was near the cart that caught all the gas went in there and caught fire. It was the number, the Boys and Girls Club in the Bronx, when she was on 174 Bryant around the corner. They had the Boys and Girls Club. That was my card number. Go look at the cart, the train cart that caught fire with the gasoline filled the cart in Valhalla. That was my number as well as that was my DOC connection number, as well as that's another number from something else. You know, it's like a subliminal message. Then you see, that was the day she died when the cop passed in Queens, 212. And you see on January 20 when they broke a picture, I said, y'all friendly fire waiting to happen. But I didn't know whether it was cops, military, private sector, security, gang stalkers, because they telling me it's everybody. But they keep trying to force me to see cops and Navy and all that. They know what comes about from this. It's been like that. So what I'm saying is not a disrespect or anything. I'm trying to pull you up that immunity, that bag, the promotion, them gold shells, the studio time, you know, the notoriety, the followers. It's not worth it. They're not telling you something that they already gathered, whether to me or around me indirectly. Ark of the Covenant, Higgs, Boson, Kareem, Lake Chad, Foster, Kaream 6, Lechaz 6, Foster 6. When Christ was returned, his name will come up to 666 in the language you speak. Like I said, truth don't need no help. Double copy everything. It come in handy.